Hey there, pen enthusiasts. Typically we're looking at pens and ink, but this time we're going to be looking at one of my other hobbies. It's just something else to do. And since this isn't about pens, I did not check the little box that sends it out to subscribers. So if you got this video, YouTube thinks you would be interested. What this video is going to be about is I like to make tie-dye shirts. With where I work, my shirts get ruined quite quickly. And buying a even $5 shirt that gets ruined in a few months is pretty expensive. So I buy just plain white t-shirts and I tie-dye them. So I buy a big bulk pack of white shirts at $2 a shirt and then the dye. So as it stands, my current working area is not really big enough, so I'm going to just use some pictures of kind of my process here. I made 2 shirts this batch. I've got one which will be a double spiral, which I first saw in this video over here. And while I've seen a couple different ways to do this, this one is quite a bit easier because you end up with just one spiral that ends up making 2 rather than trying to do 2 spirals next to each other, which makes putting the rubber bands on quite a bit harder. The other shirt here is a bit more freeform. I didn't really follow any guides on this one, so until I washed it out, I didn't know how it was going to turn out. Here at the top, we've got a bit of a scrunch, and then we've got an accordion fold here in the middle that follows all the way down, and then at the bottom, I kind of zigzagged that accordion fold just for a bit of fun, essentially. But I'm honestly not sure how that'll turn out because I've never done that before. So on the spiral here, we did a pretty basic pattern, splitting it into 4 quadrants and just repeating the colors on opposing sides. And then the entire back of this one, I dyed black. And then on the second one here, it's again just a bit freeform. I have no idea how this will turn out. So I did similar to the spiral, all the color on the front. The purple and the green, I just kind of arbitrarily put it in different places depending on how I felt. And then the entire back of this one as well was dyed black. So now that those were dyed, I bagged them up and let them batch process out. Typically you want to let that go for at least 24 hours to get good color saturation. And then you'll do a cold water rinse to remove any unreacted dye.
Hey, you're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush.
And now that we've got those washed and dried, here are kind of what they look like on the front. With these, the front and backs are pretty much the same, as I didn't do any special patterns to get something different on the back. And I do think both of these turned out fairly well, especially the double spiral. It turned out just like what I was expecting. The other one, since it was just kind of free form, it looks pretty interesting to me, but I had no idea how it was going to turn out, so it was just kind of a shot in the dark on whether or not it would look good. But since these shirts get ruined in like 3 to 6 months, it's really not that much of a deal. So if you've made it through this video, let me know if you're interested in this. I wouldn't mind doing some videos here and there just for fun. Or if you have tried to tie-dye your own shirts, let me know how that's worked out for you. I find it an interesting hobby, just as something to do. Scratches that creative itch every now and then. I make a couple shirts every month or so. So while I don't have more videos like this one, if you are also interested in fountain pens, you can see the rest of my videos following the links here on the end screen.